Big up to everyone, lovely family and lovely friends out there, wherever you're watching Awini Unit platform from, whether you are watching me from Nigeria, Ghana, the Gambia, Kenya, Uganda, UK, Germany, Italy, Spain, US, Canada, Australia, whatever you're watching Awini Unity platform from, thank you so much, and I do really appreciate your time, and happy Saturday to you as well. Finally, African Cup of Nations is here. We're going to talk about African Cup of Nations. The host nation, Ivory Coast, they're going to play against Guinea-Bissau later this evening, 8 p.m. Ivorian time, and some of the games I'm going to continue tomorrow, Sunday, which I'm going to be looking all those, sharing those things right here with you on the Winning Unity platform. Also, I'll be sharing a little bit the African Cup of Nations when it comes to winning the African Cup of Nations. You know, I spoke about some of my previous video. I said teams like Morocco, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, Algeria, these big named countries out there, a lot of people expecting so much from them and their fans. And I said, if you are from these countries, don't get me wrong, but lower your petition. I'm going to tell you the reason why I spoke about those things, that lower your petition. If you are from Ghana, Nigeria, or Cameroon, or Morocco, lower your petition. I'm going to tell you the reason why. But let me take your time a little bit. Whatever you are and you want a lot of things right here in Spain, or you are here in Europe and you want to shift a lot of things back to Africa, or you are in Africa and you want a lot of things right here in Europe, you do not need to come here. You guys need to contact Intercorp. If you own a ship and you want to come to Spain for maintenance and you want shipping agency to supply you a lot of goods, please do not go nowhere. Intercorp is the best place for you. So please pick the number on your screen and get more information. So very quick one, let's dive into the African Cup of Nations matches before I give you the analysis right here. Today, Ivory Coast is going to kick off their opening game against Guinea-Bissau, 8 p.m. Ivorian time. So you guys need to check Ivorian time and check your time so that you won't miss the game. Tomorrow Nigeria is going to play against Equatorial Guinea, 2 p.m. Ivorian time, 3 p.m. Nigerian time. Later tomorrow as well, Egypt gonna play against Mozambique, 5 p.m. Ivorian time, and the evening, last game evening, Ghana will play against Cape Verde, 8 p.m. Ivorian time. So let's talk about the Ivorian team right here. Ivorian team, yes, they really have a lot of quality players that are hungry to win games, to do something for themselves and their family. You could see in their faces, and the coach as well, because the coach really want committed players. That is why he do not invite players like Wilfried Zaha. Don't get me wrong, I do not really know the main reason why Wilfried Zaha was not included in the squad, but to my, I feel like Wilfried Zaha are not really committed to the national team. It is just recently, and maybe he realized that they want to play the African Cup of Nations, and they went to some 2 games. Aside that, is always like out like all the time. So maybe the coach feel that the way he really want him to commit to the national team, he's not really getting that from him. That is my personal opinion. So I feel like that is the reason why Wilfried Zaha wasn't even included for the Ivorian national team squad. But I do really have a good players out there to do well in the tournament. Personally, in today's game, yes, I believe that the Ivorians, they have quality players, not just about only players. They're playing for their home, and a lot of the fans gonna back them everywhere. So that one alone, I already give my prediction out there that Ivorians, they're gonna win by 3-1, and I stand by that. I'm putting my money on them this evening. I know opening game is not easy at all. Every tournament, no team want to lose their opening game. Every country or every team, they want to try their best possible for their opening game to get a point. If they could not even win, they want to get a point going forward for the tournament. So the Ivorians, they're not going to get it easy, because Guinea-Bissau, they have a lot of good players that Guinea-Bissau, they have a lot of good players play for Europe, and some of their players was also born in Portugal. So for them coming together, and they have played together for some time now, so they are very, very well organized. So Ivorians not gonna get it easy, to be honest. Opening game, they're not gonna get it easy at all. But at the end of the day, I believe that Ivorians are gonna win by 3-1. What is your prediction of that game, Ivory Coast versus Guinea-Bissau? Now let me drive you quick to the reason why on this video I spoke about countries like Morocco, Algeria, Cameroon, Ghana, Nigeria. These countries, they are powerhouse of African football, and everybody know that. But the main reason why I'm telling you guys that, don't get me wrong, if you are from Ghana or Nigeria or Morocco or Cameroon, these countries that I just mentioned, don't get me wrong. One thing I noticed about the African Cup of Nations, to win the African Cup of Nations, you can't use a name to win the African Cup of Nations. You can't use the player that you have to win the African Cup of Nations. Winning the African Cup of Nations, you have to really show that yes, you really want to win it. But if you want to use, oh, maybe I'm in Ghana, I'm in Nigeria, I'm in Morocco, I went to World Cup and I did very well, so I want to go to the African Cup of Nations, trust me, it will be a disaster for you. So let me tell you a little bit history about the African Cup of Nations for you to understand what I'm talking about. African Cup of Nations are always full of a lot of surprises. Let me say from some of the countries. Let's say Ghana, for example. Ghana, when Ghana won their last African Cup of Nations, that was 1982, almost about 42 years. It was a tournament that nobody thought that Ghana can even win win a game, talking about to win the tournament. I'm going a little bit history for you to understand what I'm talking about here. So you are from Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, Morocco. Just have patience. Let me explain some certain things to you when it comes to winning the African Cup of Nations. You can never use players and name to win the African Cup of Nations. If like you want to use players, like I would say, Nigeria will just go there and walk away and pick the tournament, because they have the best players in the tournament. So when Ghana 1982, it was coup in Libya. That is where Ghana won their last tournament. And the leaders in Ghana, they was at that year say Ghana shouldn't go to the tournament, and was become a politics and this fight and all those kind of things, and a lot of talk, and they went on not even expecting that they're going to win games, because there was a lot of problem in the team, a lot of problems, so many things in Libya, so many things. But Ghana went on to surprise a lot of countries, winning the tournament. That was the tournament that Ghana won till now, and they have been winning the African Cup of Nations again. That was 1982. And when it comes to Ghana, Ghana do not have a good record when African Cup of Nations hosts in West Africa. Ghana do not have a good record. Anytime they host tournament in West Africa, it is always disaster. I don't want to take you back. Cameroon was disaster for Ghana. When you talk about even Ivory Coast, the last time Ghana went to the tournament in Ivory Coast was 1986. Ghana only gets one game in that tournament in Cote d'Ivoire. That was a disaster for Ghana in Cote d'Ivoire. Let's come back to Zambia. When Zambia won the tournament, the African Cup of Nations 2012, they wasn't having any big star players out there. So you see the African Cup of Nations, going to the African Cup of Nations, at that time a lot of people was talking about Nigeria, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, so many countries right there. So many countries, and a lot of people were talking about, like even Tunisia, a lot of countries. But at the end of the day, Zambia went on to win the tournament, and nobody expect them to do that. And Zambia, most of the time, Zambia a country that Zambia, they never have like maybe a lot of big names, but when they go to tournament, they always make a lot of surprise. So you see the African Cup of Nations, Zambia, they meet most of the best countries out there in Africa. With Ghana, they win Ghana, they win like a lot of countries, beating Ivorian, whole Ivorian. Like that time, see the players at that time Ivorian national team have. Why Drogba have never win the African Cup of Nations, but they used to have a lot of them. Drogba, Yaya Toure, Kolo Toure, Juvingo, Haruna Dindan, like name them. But Zambia with no stars, they beat Ivory Coast 2012, and they got that tournament. They win the tournament. Coming back to 2013, Nigeria, when Nigeria was going to the tournament in South Africa, Stephen Casey, the late Stephen Casey, may so rest in peace, he took players from the local league in Nigeria. There was at that year no stars, and even some of Nigeria that year said, oh, their best is going to be even if they qualify from the group, like maybe even getting to quarterfinals, they have done well. And nobody expected Nigeria to even win a game in South Africa. But Nigeria went on to win the tournament that year when they don't have a lot of stars like now, the players that they have. And they beat Burkina Faso by 1-0 in 2013 with no superstars. So that is African Cup, the African Cup of Nations for you. Coming back to Cameroon, when Cameroon won the tournament, I think 2017. Cameroon won the tournament. When the Cameroon was like at that year going to the tournament, there was a lot of big problem for the country. So many big names refused to go to the tournament, and the coach said, "Well, if you don't want to go, I have confidence with the players that I have. I took players from here, took players from here, took players from here. Bring these players together." They went to the tournament. And I think with Egypt, they play finals with Egypt, if I get that clear. And they won that tournament. They won that year. You see, the African Cup of Nations. So African Cup of Nations full of surprises. If you are going in the African Cup of Nations and you really want to win it, you have to take, let's say the players have to take their mentality out of, oh, I play big club and we are Ghana, oh, we are Nigeria, we are Togo, we are Morocco, we went to World Cup, we did very well. Let me tell you, it will be disaster for a country that believe that, oh, we have a lot of players out there. That is why I was saying that these countries don't expect so much from them. But don't get me wrong, this country that I spoke about out there, like the big names, some of them can end up surprising me, and that is football for you. Football full of surprises. But you can't use big name, big players, big country to win the African Cup of Nations. You win tournament with a team, a teamwork, country that really, players that really committed, desire, not on social media day out, day in, and telephone, and they really committed, they really know the reason why they are in Cote d'Ivoire. That's the only country who win the African Cup of Nations. But if you think that, oh, maybe we have players, African Cup of Nations, it's not like that. Even if we talk about Senegal, that are defending champion now. Look at Senegal. If I tell you that all the Senegal players they have from many years ago, Alagi Diop, Aliou Cissé, a lot of players Senegal used to have back of the days, they have never win the African Cup of Nations. A lot of players till this Sadio Mane their time. So comparing Sadio Mane their time and the player that Senegal used to have, the gap is huge. Senegal used to have the most best players out there, but if I tell you that this Senegal, the only won the African Cup of Nations, guess one, you won't believe it. So that is the African Cup of Nations. So I hope you guys understand me now. So if you are from this country that I spoke about, like Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, and Morocco, Algeria, don't get me wrong. But what I'm telling you is that you need to lower your petition, because African Cup of Nations full of surprises. I'm telling you. So What is your prediction for the Ivorian game today and tomorrow? Nigeria against Equatorial Guinea, Egypt against Mozambique, Ghana against Cape Verde. I will be giving you my prediction later on this video. Most of the games, Nigeria tomorrow game and Monday games, I will be giving you my prediction later on this video. So do not miss Awini Unity platform. Awini Unity platform is here to give you all you need to know about the African Cup of Nations, all the tournament, all the games, what is going on. So whatever you are watching me from and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Awini Unity platform and get more content always. So thank you so much, whatever you're watching me from, once again, and happy weekend to you. One love.